Welcome back to the Charismatic Voice. There is an artist who has consistently been recommended a ton in the comments of this channel. Not ever enough to get #1 on a given video, but consistently enough that I've come to recognize his name, Gabriel Henrique, and I decided it's time to give him a listen. Not only that, anyone who can cover a Whitney Houston song and receive rave reviews deserves some attention. So let's get to it.
Share my life, take me for all I am, 'cause I never taste all my colors for you. Take my love, I never ask for too much. Just all that you are, with everything that you do. I don't really need to look very much farther. I don't wanna have to go where you don't follow. I don't hold it back again. That's special inside. Can't run from myself. There's nowhere to hold.
I wanted to know if you would nail that top note. So I let it go. His voice is insane. Like, just the raw talent is crazy to me. Of course, there's dedication in honing an instrument as well that is absolutely involved, but also raw talent. That is a part of the equation. This is an amazing, amazing instrument. He's able to really mimic a lot of the things that Whitney Houston is doing, able to bring in that breathiness at the beginning and able to navigate extreme runs, essentially able to have a full tone or a lighter tone. I'm going to go back to the beginning. There's a lot of impressive stuff in here.
Share my life, take me for all I am.
I love the way he's doing like little slides off of the end. They're very, very rapid. It's essentially more like a drop more than a slide off of the end of a couple of words here. It's got lots of little tiny bits of expression. I'll go over a few of them.
Share my life.
So that's at the end of life is one of those drops I was just talking about.
Take me for.
And there's like a creak into the next word and take. So it sort of drops off and revs back up all of a sudden.
Share my life. Take me for all I am.
And even on am, he does like a little tiny scoop and then a drop at the end again. I love the way he's, again, mimicking that airiness that we hear from Whitney Houston at the beginning. It feels very personal.
Share my life, take me for all I am, 'cause I never taste all my colors.
The re-attack is awesome. The way he doesn't just makes me smile.
For you. Take my love.
That is an example of a beautiful, beautiful flip to falsetto. Woo!
Take
great pitch too.
ask for too much. Just all that you
So I love the way that in the phrasing, you could have extended much longer. You decided to do it very sharp. Get off of it right away.
ask for
Gives us
too
variety.
much. Just all that
Sometimes you just need space to let your ears clear out and appreciate the next moment. And that's what getting off of much helps us. It helps clear our ears before the next vocal moment.
ask for too much. Just all that you are with everything
Great run.
that you do.
Well said, and flip again.
I don't really need to look very much farther. I don't wanna have to go where you don't follow. I don't wanna back again. That's special inside. Can't run from myself. There's nowhere to hold. We don't make me collapse from mother.
This is a rangy song, and it's not just rangy pitch-wise, it's also rangy dynamic-wise. You need to be able to sing soft, you need to be able to sing loud, you need to be able to sustain things, you need to be able to make things run, you need to be able to just bring all your guns to it. And I really think he's got an amazing array of tools in his vocal toolbox. One of the things that does bother me a little bit, I'll be honest, is I wish the English was a little bit better, but it's my first language, right? To be fair, I trained in languages and pronunciation and IPA, not the beer, but International Phonetic Alphabet, so that I've been able to sing, and I think it's 19 languages to date. This is part of my training as an opera singer. That isn't part of training in almost all other styles of music. It's just not, if you focus on it, it's not as heavily focused on as it is in opera. Obviously, opera singers are singing in other languages all the time. But for this reason, I can be a little more picky and harsh on language than some people. It is not his first language. I think he's from Brazil. Anyhow, the skill for language and singing in a language is different even from speaking in that language. It is definitely something that is difficult to learn. And I don't think that takes away from how talented at singing he is. It's incredibly, incredibly good singing here. I'm guessing that maybe since this time, I hope that he's done some more coaching on English pronunciation, because that's the only thing I can pick out here that I think, oh, that could be better. His voice is incredible. Okay, let's go back a little bit and we'll keep going.
There's nowhere to hold. We don't make me collapse from mother. I don't wanna hurt anymore. Stay my arms if you there. I must stay there. Seen you there.
He even does this thing where he's falling off of notes, but catches one right as he's coming down. That's something that Whitney Houston does too. I love it. And I love the way as he goes up to these really full notes on top, he even gets a teensy bit of distortion in the sound. It feels like it's almost just ready to pour over, to break out. It's a really healthy sound too.
Stay my arms if
Oh, like for example, look at the way he just kind of leans back into support. I see people make the mistake a lot of times of going up trying to sing a high note. And if you lean back into it a little bit more, you kind of ground instead. That is a much better way to actually support the voice. And he does that just a little bit. There's lots of little body isms that tell me he's supporting in a really healthy way. Look at that sync. It's good.
Don't walk away from me. I have nothing if I don't have you.
pitch is so beautiful. It's beautiful. It's so accurate. And the way he uses his falsetto is incredible. This is sitting super high. Dude's got a crazy high voice already. But I love the way he has so much overlap between that heavier engagement. Some people will call that mixed. From the classical side, I'll just call that head voice, essentially. And then head voice is where you're still in that full vocal mechanism and you flip into falsetto, which is the other side that's really airy, a much lighter sound for guys. And I love the way that there's so much overlap between these two vocal registers. That is usually a sign of excellent vocal training. It definitely gives you more options for how you can approach notes and how you can express notes. It's so beautiful. And I like the way that he's using that aspect to also echo some of Whitney Houston's expressiveness. It's very good. Oh.
From me.
Right. There's that fuller mechanism.
I have nothing.
And then the flip there.
If I don't have you.
Beautiful breath control too.
You see it through right to the heart of me.
I also love the way he gives the same sort of sweeping motions as Whitney Houston does here. I feel like he's able to really launch into that fuller sound and also manipulate the vocal tract to get some of that depth in the sound that she has too.
You see it through right to the heart of me. You break to my arms when the strength of your love. No, I never knew love like tonight.
Yeah. I love that phrasing. Oh, okay. There's so many great moments where I'm like, yes, wonderful. Oh my gosh, there was another more wonderful thing. Oh, another wonderful thing. It's so hard as it's going through to not just stop and talk about each one. And then you do it too many stops, you lose the whole phrase. Anyhow, there's so many good things. I want to go back a little bit. Maybe we can do a little more stopping.
No.
Okay.
When the strength of your love. No.
I love the way he's playing with his vowels through the runs. No, whoa. He plays with having a closed mouth, opening it up, closing it back down. It really, it's impressive how much shaping he's giving to his runs. Right? Like, how many vowels were in that moment? I had ooh, oh, ah at one point. At least 4. Wow. That's such a good flip again. And I love the way that we have that flip on a lower note. Again, showing us that crossover range between his falsetto and his head voice, or if you're coming from a different background, you might call that mixed voice, just FYI. Different genre backgrounds, people call it different things. What we know is that the thyroid muscle is still engaged at that point, okay? So, full mechanism switches up at a lower pitch than the note that he belts right afterwards. It's like, yes, so much crossover in this voice. Ooh. And that phrase.
I don't really need to look very much farther. I do wanna have to go where you don't follow. I hold back again this past.
I think he's taking a lot of the phrasing from Whitney too. I just love the way it tumbles and accents different beats. There's a lot of syncopation, a lot of bridging over a phrase, and it's surprising. It directs us through a song that might otherwise feel square and makes it feel incredibly fluid. Go back a little bit. He's just doing it over and over. Really surprising choices in the phrasing.
I don't really need to look very much farther. I do wanna have to go where you don't follow.
Right. Love that syncopation in the voice.
Get it wrong from myself. There's nowhere to hold. Remember forever. Don't make me collapse one mother. I don't wanna hold anymore.
I have to say, I would have expected him to be sweating more at this point. I think he's really talented. Obviously has done some good practice too, but whoa, like he feels like he's breezing through this without too much difficulty.
Don't make me collapse one mother. I don't wanna hold anymore. Stay my arms if you there. I must stay there. Seen you there. Don't walk away from me. No, I had nothing, nothing, nothing. Don't make me close one mother.
One of the things that makes this song so hard are the key changes. Like, let's step it up again. Up again. Up again. And I've coached this song multiple times, and let me tell you, most people just crack at some point. They're just gonna lose it. It's so difficult. When you start into this song, if you have a ton of weight in the voice and you're bringing all that deep, meaty quality to it, right? Like the hugely felt, and I think with Whitney Houston in particular, she has that round timbre, and it sounds like she's already given it her all on the first chorus. And with him too, like he just sounded really great already. It was a very full sound. I didn't feel like he was holding back. And then it's so exciting as the song goes on to have it continually raise and feel like at every moment that the singer's already given their all. Now, I don't think that singers are often, when they're successful in this song, I don't think that they're actually giving it their all in the first chorus. They just seem like that. If you give it your all and you go full blown 100% in the first chorus, you're not going to have enough to get through all of the key changes. And it requires a lot of planning, a lot of how much vocal weight you want to have in certain moments. How do you have that full sound without necessarily singing completely, fully the whole time? So you need to be very, very smart about it, or it's very likely you're going to crack. He's so smart about it. He sounds so great. Let's go back here.
Don't walk away from me. No, I had nothing, nothing, nothing.
I love the breath here too.
Don't make me close one mother. I don't wanna hold anymore. Stay for you there. I must stay anymore. Stay for you there. I must stay.
he just wanted to whistle. But like so cleanly. And I mean, it's crazy. He almost sounded like Mariah Carey's whistle up there. It was so clean and perfect. Holy crap, that's really good. A lot of times it's a little messy if you've been singing super full like this to hop into whistle. But then just besides that, like that's such a massive pitch jump. Wow. I'm amazed by the intro and outro out of whistle as well. I'm trying to see exactly what he's doing here because I've seen so many different techniques for how people access whistle and played with a ton, coached on a ton of different ones. I think people have a lot of different ways that they're able to do this. And I haven't found anything that's really standard as far as talking about how to enter or exit, other than don't try and blast through it. Whistle it's another vocal register, kind of like falsetto is. And it's actually very, very difficult to get accurate research on it because the epiglottis is covering up a portion of the vocal fold. So what we think is happening is it looks like only a portion, like a small piece of the vocal fold. So rather than having the vocal folds going wacka, wacka, wacka like this, you have this part stuck together and this part only goes like this. So it looks like part of them are just here and then it can go here. Because this is a shorter length, it's like if you had a smaller rubber band, essentially the vocal folds are able to vibrate much faster, right? And that's what gives you a much higher pitch. When wacka, wacka, wacka goes really fast, that's a higher pitch. Slower wackas, lower pitch. But that means that there's a really quick switch inside the mechanism that he would need to do. This is so interesting. Like, what do you know? This is such a... Wow. He's hitting an F sharp, I think, with that whistle. So that note, by the way, is higher than the note that the Queen of the Night sings, which is like that legendary high F over and over. Instead, he's doing an F sharp on a whistle, that's just crazy. That's an F sharp 6 for those of you that get really particular about your numbers. That goes, okay, wow. Anyhow, one more time. It's so good. This beautiful tone with this falsetto part here. Gosh, that's... Oh man, I wish that his backing track left him more space right there, because I feel like if he had a live backing, I feel like he would go insane with doing some really creative and fun high stuff there. This is so good. So clear. Dang. Wow. I think that that is the best entry and exit into whistle and out of whistle within context that I've ever heard a guy sing. Very, very impressive. I know a lot of times when people learn whistle, they're able to do it almost like a little trick, but not that smoothly. That was crazy good. Not to mention that the whole song was just really good. His capabilities are massive. I'm really curious what else he's done. Oh, wow. Thank you to all of you who've been persistent in recommending Gabriel Henrique. I definitely need to hear some more. And I want to know if he does a lot more with that whistle, because that is crazy impressive. Thank you so much, everyone. If you'd like to see some more fun, impressive analyzation done, check out this playlist over here. And I hope that you fall more in love with music every day.